The John Wilkins Show is brought to you by Ace Specialties Incorporated, Allen & Sons Incorporated, Brad Allen, Vice President, Al's Mexican Food, 2215 East 42nd Street, American Auto Parts, 812 East 7th, American Auto Parts number 2, 434 South Grandview, Vasco Chemical and Supply Company Incorporated, Basin Testers, Boyle Sales Company, Bronco Chevrolet, Brown Electric Company, Carl's Meat Processing, Carwell Service Incorporated, Cobra Coating, Colonial Inn Motel, Abilene, Austin, and Monaghan, Commercial Radio, Continental Well Services Incorporated, Continental Tank Rental, L.C. Davis Builders, Desert Energy Equipment Incorporated, and Texas Commerce Bank of Odessa.
Went into the third quarter of action again. Permian had not allowed a team to score for the second quarter. They had done that all year long, and the defense started up in the third quarter. Dalton Gladden recovered a fumble. And you got another turnover.
Well, we had a chance, like I said, and our kids played very well defensively, really, for the most part. And we get a fumble recovery right here, and we're in pretty good shape.
They had ball control going. That was a long drive, and then finally their touchdown drive.
Well, they just kept on pounding at us. Yeah, there's a trap. I can see the guard pulling now, so it's a little over. I guess it might have been foul blocking, or what we call a foul block in the middle.
I wanted to bring Bobby in on this play because I know can't really decide if this guy's going to run or pass, and then they completed the hick fang there.
Well, we were in an 80 defense type thing. I have flat responsibility. Nobody threatened the flats, so I just basically help out where I could. And in the contain, that's where they scored that touchdown.
This is the one.
They always tell us to tackle high on the goal line. If I'd have tackled him high, he wouldn't have scored.
And they're talking about penetrations here after the injury.
Of course, we knew we were heading penetration. This is it right here. He pushes off on Eddie, and
we'll see it in slow motion too. Is it falls back there? Just if you would have let you describe what.
Well, we should have had a linebacker come. We really got messed up before the linebacker on the wrong side. It's one of those things that having the kids do sometimes. It was all, a situation that we had worked on, and we just lined up incorrectly. What amounted to.
Glitter of hope here is you got a good run back.
Well, this is a face mask. I haven't seen the film, but this is definitely a face mask call right here. You can tell that. That would have put us in a lot better field position.
Question is, maybe some fans, why did you punt instead of going for it on fourth?
Well, we felt like, given the circumstances, that we could hold them down here, and we were going to be in better field position, and hopefully they would fumble the punt. That was the main thing we thought, and then we could hold them and get a little better field position. But of course, we don't get to ever get the ball back. And as it turned out, that was wrong.
Like Mojo had one last chance there.
Back in the center's field right there, he hit the ball and caused the deal. We probably should have done that before.
Coach, do you ever remember a half where you only had 3 possessions before?
Not really. Yeah, we don't try to remember those things. No, I don't. We don't remember. And again, that's something. Trinity did a good job. We just couldn't get the ball away from them. And that's something they've done some other people all year long. And again, I don't want to belabor the point, of course, but our youngsters have had a great year. I know it's disappointing, and we all want to win the state championship, but I think at the same time, a record 12-1, and for these seniors particularly, I know it's disappointing because it is then, but again, I think these youngsters realize they've won 3 straight district championships. And they've had so many things this year. The 1982 team set the school record as far as points scored, average points scored. Only gave up 5 points a game. And Bobby here himself tied the career field goal record. Also tied the individual season points by kicking. So, we had a lot of things happen for us this year. I know everybody wanted to go ahead and play some more, including obviously most of all the kids and the coaches. But, it didn't happen that way, and it's been a great year for us in every respect. I think, as time wears by, I think everybody will sit back and realize that. I think even in defeat, there's something to be learned. It's a class.
I got two girls.
The utmost class.
And
again, I know that everybody associated with Permian is very proud of them.
Bobby, you've had a really, like you mentioned, the career field goal records. Just what are some of your favorite memories? I would imagine the Lee field goal last year is one of them. What else comes to mind?
Oh, I don't know, really, just that Lee field goal was the biggest kick I've ever put through the uprights. Seems like, the records they're not just because of me. It seems like it's a tribute to our offense because we'd get in there and we'd score 5-6 touchdowns a game. And I'd have a chance to kick that many extra points. And it seems like the year before we didn't score that much and we kicked more field goals instead of extra points. And it seems like I didn't really get a chance to kick that tie-breaking field goal, but I'm kind of glad I didn't because in a lot of situations, like against Irving, we were in chance 3rd and long, and we went ahead and got the first down and scored and blew the game open when the field goal probably wouldn't have blown it open.
How about yourself personally? I'm sure you're probably going to take the next week or two and let things sink back in, and then after Christmas, consider what's going to happen on down the line. I'm sure you've had some college offers.
Tech and A&M, most of the conference schools, the letters, you know, they don't really mean a whole lot until they start knocking on your door.
Coach, all year long, Harrison's been saying the best football team in Texas. Just your general, you've already given a lot of accolades and stuff, but how do you respond to that?
Well, obviously, we're not going to be because we're through playing, obviously. And there's 8 other teams that are still playing. And we had a very good football team, John. And defense. It sounds kind of ironic in a way to say this in a way, but defensively we weren't quite as good. I didn't think really overall. We weren't quite as physical as we have been in some years past. Offensively, I thought we were a little better, although. Again, we didn't score for 7 points yesterday, but again, I think it came back we couldn't get the ball away from them to a certain degree. We had a very good football team. I think a team that, again, as I've said, has already set some school records, and there's been some great football teams at Permian in the past. I think this football team will certainly rate up there. What's the final statistic on any team, of course, that plays for Permian? But again, these youngsters, I think this senior class in particular has so much to be proud of, and the fans for Permian have so much to be proud of. But these youngsters, what a great 3 years. These years in, of course, a regional area championship here in this year, and a district championship again in 1981. These youngsters have so many things to be proud of. These seniors in particular. I just hope in the years to come that these youngsters that are following in behind them can have, somewhat even near the success that these youngsters have had. And again, we looked at it, of course, over the end of the 41 game consecutive without a loss, but we don't look at it as we look at it also as a beginning, an opportunity to begin again. And these youngsters set a great example for sophomores in the future, and I think the Permian program is always going to be very competitive.
We'll come back and look at a little bit more wrap-up of the 82 season after this.
Oh, leave me! I left. Guys, leave the circle, leave the circle.
The John Wilkins Show is brought to you by Diamond Tank Rental Incorporated, Electric Service and Supply Incorporated, H&S Valves, Huddleston Equipment, Ignition Sales and Service Incorporated, Dale Leverett, Lubrication Service, Lusky's Western Store Incorporated, Melton Reynolds Insurance, Louis Montgomery Trucking Company, Murphy and Rochester Incorporated Real Estate and Insurance, Odessa Builders, Odessa Downtown Lions Club, Odessa Nut and Bolt, Odessa Savings Association, David C. Baum, President, Permian Bank and Trust, and Permian Rat Hole.